Have you ever felt a strange weight in your chest, throat, or belly, without any explanation? What if I told you that this is not illness, nor imagination? Is it your energy system awakening? Before continuing, comment below, have you ever felt any pressure in your body that came out of nowhere and then disappeared? Because what you're going to hear now can finally explain everything you never knew how to name. Most people talk about chakras as if they were abstract concepts, spinning wheels of light, colored energy centers, diagrams on posters. But here's the truth that almost no one explains: when your chakras start to awaken, your body feels it. And it's not in a soft or dreamlike way. It is physical, emotional, sometimes uncomfortable, and almost always misunderstood. Maybe you're going through something right now that doesn't make sense. Maybe you feel a strange tension in your spine. Maybe your emotions are overflowing without warning. Maybe you've started avoiding certain foods, places, or people, and he doesn't know why. It could be your chakras, and they're not just concepts. They are living parts of your energy system. And when they begin to awaken, their nervous system, their emotional memory, their breathing, their voice, and even their physical posture begin to change, not just through meditation, but through real life. This video is about the actual signs that your chakras are awakening. Not the ones that appear in trendy infographics, but the ones you feel. Those who interrupt their habits. The ones that invite you back to who you were before all the programming. So, if things have gotten weird inside your body, pay attention. You're not losing your balance. It's finally starting to line up. Sometimes there is a strange feeling of heaviness that comes and goes. One day, it's in your chest, as if something is pressing on your lungs. The next, it's in your stomach, like a stone you can't digest. Suddenly, it shifts to the throat, and you feel like you can't say what needs to be said. But the most confusing? You're not sick. There is no medical explanation. You stretch, hydrate, breathe. But the pressure continues. Then it moves again, and you're left wondering what your body is trying to say. This is what happens when your chakras begin to awaken. Your chakra system is not just energetic. It is emotional, physical, and cellular. Each energy center stores information: grief in the heart, repressed truth in the throat, fear in the root chakra. And when your energy starts moving, your body tries to dislodge that stored density. What you feel as compression is actually your body saying, "Let's not hold this anymore." That's why these sensations seem to come out of nowhere. Sometimes during emotional conversations. Sometimes, in moments of silence. Sometimes during meditation. And sometimes, for no logical reason. Because that's how energy works. It moves when you're ready, not when you're ready. Instead of resisting, tune in. Ask yourself, what is this part of my body trying to say? When your energy starts moving, your body doesn't just react, it participates. And this weight is not weakness. It's detoxification. It's recalibration. You're not falling apart. You're undoing what should never have been stuck there. You may start talking more than usual, but not about anything superficial. It is not empty talk. It's true. Raw, real, and, at times, surprising. You start saying what was kept for years. It tells people how it really feels. Expresses your needs. He cries in the middle of a sentence. Or he writes pages and pages in a diary, not realizing how much he was holding. And then, you shut up. Not out of fear, but because your body suddenly craves silence. You don't want to talk. He doesn't want to explain. He does not want to continue representing in conversations. He just wants quiet. This emotional surge, speaking, releasing, silencing, is a powerful sign that your throat chakra is recalibrating. For years, many of us have lived at one of two extremes: we talk too little or we talk too much. Either we keep everything, or we talk non-stop to fill the void. But when the throat chakra begins to awaken, its relationship with expression begins to balance. His words become medicine, not weapons. And silence becomes sacred, not shameful. You start to feel when your voice is needed. And when it's time to rest, you stop talking out of habit. He starts talking by alignment. If you're oscillating between intense communication and deep silence, these aren't mood swings. That's wisdom coming back. Your energy is teaching you to speak truthfully, and to protect it. And when that rhythm stabilizes, the people around you start to hear differently. Not because you speak louder, but because it's finally aligned with your voice. You've probably experienced this. You walk into a room, and instantly your legs feel heavier. Not tired. Just heavy. Like you're carrying something extra. Or maybe you're in a conversation and your lower back starts throbbing. Or you're walking in public, and suddenly your feet feel disconnected, as if you're floating, unable to anchor yourself to the ground. And when you leave, everything disappears. This has nothing to do with muscle fatigue or bad shoes. This is about energetic overload in your root chakra. The root chakra is responsible for grounding you, for giving you a sense of safety, support, and presence in the body. And when it starts to awaken, it doesn't just make you feel calm. It forces you to notice all the times when you don't feel safe, around certain people, in crowded places, during conflict. Your legs twitch. Your hips hurt. Your feet want to go away. You're not exaggerating. You are becoming sensitive to energetic instability. You may begin to crave more solitude. You will feel better walking barefoot, lying on the floor, or simply sitting quietly, with your spine erect. This is not laziness. It's recalibration. Your body is trying to re-anchor itself. Because their old patterns of stability, based on fear, performance, or control, are unraveling. Weight on the legs is not resistance. It's your system trying to reconnect you to your original security. Not external. Internal. Then, when your lower body speaks like this, listen. Because your energy is no longer interested in being half present. It requires you to be totally within yourself. You're not upset. Nothing went wrong. The day was not stressful. But suddenly, an emotion comes to the surface. A lump in the throat. A pressure behind the eyes. That feeling sinking into my chest, as if something was being stirred inside. It can turn into tears. A long sigh. Or just an inexplicable emotional release. But here's the difference this time: it doesn't feel like a drama. Nor a collapse. Seems relief. This is how it feels when the heart chakra begins to awaken. For years, most people have kept emotional pain in the center of their hearts. Not only grief, but also neglected joy. The joy you never allowed yourself to feel. The love he didn't express. The vulnerability he hid to protect himself. When the heart chakra begins to open, this energy does not explode. It leaks. Small moments become exciting: the song of a bird, a movie scene, the kindness of a stranger, a childhood memory. You start crying, not because you're broken, but because you're no longer holding it all back. And then, the lightness is real. Your body becomes softer. Your face relaxes. You let out a sigh you didn't even know you were holding. And that is the point. The heart does not need to be fixed. He just needs space. So when those emotional waves come out of nowhere, don't suppress them. Let them rise. Let them flow. Because it's your heart saying, now we're safe. We can feel it again. One day, you'll realize. Out of nowhere, your lungs expand completely. Your shoulders relax. You take a deep breath, a nourishing one, and you think, I wasn't even trying to do that. You've spent years breathing shallowly without realizing it. But now his breathing is deepening, and his body hasn't asked permission. He just did. This is a subtle and sacred sign that your solar plexus and sacral chakras are aligning. Your breathing is directly linked to your nervous system, your self-confidence, and your life force. When your energy is fragmented, when you live in survival mode, your breathing becomes shallow, controlled, just enough to keep you moving. But when your system begins to awaken, the breath turns into something completely different, a sign that you're no longer just surviving. You will notice that your breath softens when you are alone, delves deeper into nature, expands after telling a truth, and twitches in the face of dishonesty. It becomes an energy measurement tool, showing you what is aligned and what is not. And most importantly, it happens effortlessly. No breathing practice, no yoga postures. Just your system claiming the right to breathe fully again. You may start sighing more often, not out of frustration, but out of relief. You may find yourself yawning in conversations that no longer serve you. Your inspiration becomes consciousness. Your exhalation, a choice. That's your energy talking. And now, for the first time in a long time, your breath is listening. You go to sleep feeling good. Calm, even. But when you wake up, something is different. His shoulders hurt. Your hips are stiff. Your jaw is tense, as if you've spent all night clenching your teeth. And you ask yourself, how can I be so tense after a full night's sleep? This isn't just bad posture when sleeping. It is your chakra system working while your conscious mind rests. When you fall asleep, your ego retreats. The defense mechanisms are silent. And it is at this moment that your energy field finally finds the space it needs to process everything you didn't have the time, or courage, to face during the day. The recalibration of the chakras happens frequently during sleep, because the resistance is lower and the body is more receptive. Your root chakra may try to stabilize you, and this manifests as stiffness in your legs, back, or spine. Your sacral chakra may be releasing emotional memories, which causes tension in the pelvis or stomach. Your throat chakra may be unclogging unspoken truths, leading to a sore jaw or even hoarseness in the morning. These are not signs of harm. These are signs of deep release. The kind that doesn't happen with words, but with rest. And yes, it can make your body sore. But if you pay attention, you'll notice that this pain is specific, localized, as if your body focused on certain energy centers during the night and asked them to let go of what they were holding. Start asking yourself, what part of me is waking up sore? And what might that part be holding emotionally? Because if you've been waking up tense, but also clearer emotionally, more self-aware, or strangely centered, then the pain has never been just physical. It was your system releasing weight while you slept. This isn't just sleep. It is sacred maintenance. There is a silent change that happens in the people whose chakras are actually awakening. And it's not loud or dramatic. It's subtle, weird, easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. You stop experiencing time in the same way. He begins to lose track of minutes and hours, not carelessly, but peacefully, surrenderedly. You start doing something, and before you know it, an hour has passed, and you haven't even looked at your phone. He forgets what day it is, but he remembers exactly how he felt during a conversation. Deadlines don't stress you out like they used to. Even the clocks seem less important. You remain functional. It is still present in life. But the urgency disappears. This is what happens when your higher chakras, the third eye and the crown, begin to engage with your experience of presence, rather than the agenda. Time, for most of society, is structure, rigid, measured, stressful. But when the higher chakras activate, you begin to perceive life through rhythm, not clocks. Through alignment, not pressure. You don't stop caring about time. Just start listening to your inner time first. You'll realize that when you force misaligned tasks, time drags on. But when it's in flux, it flies. This contrast becomes so clear that you can no longer ignore it. It's not that the weather is changing. It's you who is. And the people around you may not understand. They will ask you why you are slower, why you are late for commitments that you used to rush to fulfill, why you pause before answering. But here's the truth, you're not late. It is just no longer addicted to the illusion of urgency. It is aligning with divine timing. And that means showing up when your spirit is ready, not just when the calendar dictates. You were never meant to live anesthetized, out of tune, disconnected from your own body. Your chakras, all 7 of them, are not just energy theories. They are the central plan of your experience as a human being. When they wake up, it's not always pretty. It can be confusing, tiring, emotional, and yes, strange. But it's real. If you have been feeling these signals, the pressure, the silence, the emotional waves, the breath coming back, it means that you are no longer asleep under your own design. You're not just healing yourself. It is restructuring, from the inside out. And don't let anyone tell you it's just coincidence. Your body remembers what your mind forgot. His spirit was waiting for this moment. And if this journey resonated with you, if you're experiencing these symptoms on your own, wondering if anyone else understands, then don't walk away without signing up. Because here, we don't sweeten the awakening. We decode it. Every video on this channel is a space to help you understand what is really going on in your system, spiritual, physical, emotional. So sign up now. Not for content, but for clarity. Because when your energy starts talking, the first thing you need, it's someone who helps you listen. You're not unraveling, you are just dropping everything that does not belong to your truth. And that is the true awakening.